My name is Melissa Escobar, and today I'd like to share with you my experience at my field placement with the National Institutes of Health Informatics, or NIHI for short, not NIHI. First, let me show you how I get to work every day. My day usually starts off pretty quiet. I'm always the first one in. But I don't mind. I like starting off my day like this. It gives me a chance to settle in and get things ready before my day actually begins. NIHI is located right at the University of Waterloo at the William G. Davis Computer Research Center. Pretty, isn't it? Here's me on day one with my brand new office key. I only ever locked myself out once. This is Meredith's desk. She was nice enough to let me use her space while I was around. My favorite part, however, was the awesome view that I got to see when I stepped out of my office, that has no windows, by the way. Located on the 3rd floor, I definitely got a workout climbing up those stairs in heels every day, but it was all worth it to be able to work alongside so many amazing people. But enough about that for a second. Let me tell you a little bit about where I work. The first thing to know is that NIHI is made up of various different institutes. The goal of the National Institutes of Health Informatics is to focus on issues that are seen as important to the healthcare system. They work to develop services that are needed and offer professional education programs and other initiatives that complement existing programs. NIHI was established as a non-profit organization with the participation of researchers and teachers from most Canadian universities and colleges with their own HI programs. NIHI has some pretty great business partners: the Health Informatics Institute at Algoma University, McKesson Canada, University of Twente, and Strategy Institute. Other affiliates we had include CHIMA, the National Student Forum for Health Informatics, and eHealth Careers. And we can't forget about all our other supporters and media sponsors. I also got the chance to work on a bunch of different projects, the main one being the Survey for Health Informatics Programs and Health Information Management Programs in Canada. I also did some odd jobs, making archives of video sessions and attachments on NIHI's D2L site, and archiving articles that are on their website under the HI library. Working on this survey may seem like an easy task, but in reality there was a lot more to do than I expected. Most of the time, I was researching programs on Google and updating information of schools or organizations through their websites. I also spent a lot of my time using email. I had to verify every single sheet and send every place their information to make sure everything was right. Not to mention, when no one was responding, I had to call every person who had not given me a response to give them a little nudge and hopefully get back to me soon. When they did get back to me, it was great. I loved getting emails saying updated spreadsheet, or I would call someone and they actually answered the phone. But most of the time, it was like pulling teeth. I left a lot of messages. As I sat patiently waiting, I concentrated on making sure every detail of every page was 100% formatted and everything was spelled right. I found as much information as I could. The work itself is not very hard, but it takes a lot of effort and eye for detail. Aside from that, however, I was put into boot camp, the Health Informatics way. I attended 1.5 to 2 hour online sessions that were hosted by the National Institutes of Health Informatics. These webinars featured various health informatics professionals from all over Canada. We all came together to learn about relevant tools and systems that are being implemented in our healthcare systems daily. Topics, like everyone's favorite data analysis program, R, were also introduced into our webinars. I got to hear a great session in change management. We even learned how to deal with some of these issues, because everybody likes change, right? Also, topics like terminology services were taught and explained by the experts. But I must say, above all this, my favorite thing to do was to help my friend Scott learn how to become the host of all these online sessions. As his test subject, we spent quite some time figuring things out, like how to help people who are signing into these sessions on mobile devices or posting poll questions. We had a few laughs going through some of these presentations as well. But then again, speaking of friends, we like to laugh at the office a lot. There are some friends who help me through my days. I'd like you to meet them. the dancing man, the CSG ghost, our flying pig, and this little guy who helps take off all the little dust around your computer keyboard. In the end, on any given day, I'd be learning something new, whether it be being taught from knowledgeable contributors in the field, or using Excel and learning new techniques every day, or learning about what other many options are available in terms of continuing my education in institutions all over Canada. Every day is a new experience. I get a very different perspective from where I stand. The work I do influences education of the people who work directly with healthcare records as patients, or those who work with healthcare systems, or those who choose to make decisions about what goes on in a hospital or clinical setting. We are trying to educate people in health informatics or health information management, which is just as important or even more so than literally working with the information.